What's up, guys? I'm here with another video today to discuss the latest controversy in the movie sphere. Now it's Chris Stuckmann and Madam Web, which is interesting because I think that Chris Stuckmann, as a movie critic, I don't trust his reviews all the time. I feel like he's too, I don't know. I feel like his tastes just don't mix with mine. I think that there's been a couple movies where I've been like, all right, I like that movie, and he's not liked it. So, I'm much more of a Cody Leach fan. Cody Leach, he's a great reviewer of movies, and his videos always resonate with me. I feel like his tastes are just too close to mine to not watch him. So every time I go out and see a movie, he's the guy I look to decide which movie I'm going to go see. That's the biggest thing about this whole situation is movies are expensive to go out and see. And if a reviewer who has a platform like, Chris Stuckmann does, and he doesn't, stop people, because that's what I think movie critics are there for, is to stop you from wasting your money. And as a filmmaker, we need movie critics. We need people to tell us straight up, yeah, you made a bomb, or shit, man, you fucking were hitting on this one. We need movie critics because, if we just let the studios do whatever, they will charge us fucking bukus of money for shit products. And, Madam Web is a classic example that if people just went out and seen the movie, and I don't know what the box office is for it yet, but I'm sure that eventually I'll hear about it. But if that movie makes a bukus of money, that teaches the studios to just make shit movies and not give a fuck. And Sony can just keep doing whatever the fuck they want to do. And people are still going to go out and see it and make bukus of money. And these studios, these guys set the trend. Okay, they are the trend setters. They are the top. These studios, as much as we hate studios, even as filmmakers, we hate studios sometimes because we're just trying to make the best thing for our audience and make the best product as possible. Trying to make the best movie as possible, and we got the studios breathing down our necks. But we do need studios. I feel like studios shouldn't go away, but there's also a healthy dose of reality that, sometimes the product just sucks. The movies just sucks. And we shouldn't, as fans of films, we shouldn't support, movies that are obviously just shit out for a profit or as a tax write-off. We shouldn't support that. We should want to see bangers every week. I'll never forget it. I think it's 1994. It was just a fucking awesome year of cinema. That should be what it's like all the time. We should always have classics coming out, but that's just not the reality that we live in. Everything's made for a profit. Anyways, that's besides the point. I do feel like that movies in general play an important role in society, entertainment. It gets everybody out of their head. And everyone can just relax. This is video games, movies, music, all this shit. It gets people to relax and just enjoy life. These are indeed events in our lives. I think about movies all the time. Like when I went and seen Doctor Sleep, that movie was like an event for me because I love The Shining. These movies are important, is what I'm trying to get at. And if you have someone like Chris Stuckmann who has basically decided to stop making reviews for bad movies. If the movie's shit, like the movie I'm gonna go see at Cinemark or AMC or whatever, if I went and seen Madam Web and I was a fan of Chris Stuckmann, he's my favorite movie critic, and he didn't say, yo, this movie fucking sucks, don't go out and see it, I'd be kind of pissed because I rely on his, he's my favorite critic. I rely on his opinion, and there's nothing wrong with relying on people's opinions. A lot of people adopt the mentality of just go and see a movie, blind, just go out and see it, without even reading, what it's about. Just look at the poster and then go. I don't think that. Movies are too damn expensive. Around here where I live, it's about $12 a ticket. It could be 16 to 18 depending on fees, especially if you get it online. But it's about $12 a ticket. And with concessions, that could be easily 30 to $40, somewhere around there, just for yourself. And I'm a big dude, so I get the large popcorn, maybe an icy or whatever. That's easily $30-40. It's expensive. So if Cody Leach decides to basically say, because he's my favorite, if he decides to not make a review on Madam Web and doesn't let anybody know, hey, I'm not going to review this because this movie sucks, I'm going to be kind of pissed, because I'm going to be like, yo, I went and seen this movie. You didn't make a review for it. You didn't even tell us that you weren't going to make it because you didn't like it. I'm going to be kind of pissed off. I'm probably not going to keep following as a viewer of his. I'm not going to keep following him because he's not saving me money. Let's just be honest. That's kind of the dynamic that movie critics have between their audience, is basically as a movie critic, you're trying to guide people into the right movies. You're trying to get people to go see the right films and not all these bad ones that are obviously just shit out. And I definitely feel that Chris Stuckmann, I think that he has a good heart. I think that he's not trying to hurt anybody. There is a lot of filmmakers, Quentin Tarantino especially, if you're a film fan like me and a filmmaker, you know where Quentin Tarantino lies, and where you should lie probably is you should not shit on a movie, but you can critique it. And Tarantino, if I'm not mistaken, he's just straight up out. He's like Chris Stuckmann. He's like, no, I'm not gonna talk about any current movies, because that could hurt their livelihood in the future. But Chris Stuckmann is not Tarantino. Chris Stuckmann is a movie critic who already has a platform, and who's going to go out and see Shelby Oaks? His fans, people who saw his movie, his movie criticism videos. They're the ones that are going to go out and see. And see, that's the thing. Like Chris Stuckmann, he doesn't understand that he's already got an audience. He's already got people to come out and see his movies. If people want to go out, he can do it independently. He doesn't need the studios. That's the thing that I don't understand about. Well, I kind of do, because I know where Stuckmann, his head is at. He's thinking, if I don't piss off, the studios, they'll give me a job at some point. Especially if Shelby Oaks is good. But that's disingenuous to his longtime fans that have supported him and have supported Shelby Oaks. It's just not a good look for him to just straight up stop, talking about movies he just didn't care for. If he makes a review, I feel like he should make one, make reviews for the movies he doesn't like, but make them, I think, strategically include the stuff you like, but at the same time include stuff you didn't like. Be honest. Like people, as much as this world has turned to depravity and just degeneracy, people still have values. They still have morals, and that they still care about honesty. That they still want people to tell them right instead of lying to them. So, and if you can save, especially with a platform like Stuckmann, if you could save people money, save them a bad movie, you should do it. As a movie critic, you should do it. And it's just odd that he's selling out like this, but I get it. I get where he's coming from. I do. But there are filmmakers out there who literally shit on movies and got a career because they made good movies, that their taste was good. And it didn't matter if they shit on a studio's film. That studio would probably hire them anyways, because they knew that what the fuck they were talking about. Like, that's kind of what the problem is nowadays. And I know I'm sounding like an old timer talking about back in my day, but I feel like a lot of people, they get hung up on personal image. They get caught up on what they look like to other people. And, I'm not Holy Grail. I'm not God. I don't look the best. But I do think as a filmmaker, I would want critics to review my film fairly and not have a bias, and not be like, if I make a bad movie, I don't want them to be like, yeah, this movie, I'm not going to review it because he's a filmmaker or because it's another filmmaker or it's a studio film, you know, whatever. And I don't want to hurt my chances of ever working with Spencer Simmons. No, tell me straight up. Tell me straight up that I made a bad movie. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear a bunch of glazing. Pretty much, I don't want to hear a bunch of fucking dick writing that my movie was so damn great when it wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, I want to know the truth. If the movie's good, the movie's good. That's great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Like, I made it for you. Like, that's my mentality though. That's the difference between me and Chris Stuckmann. You know, and that's fine. Like, that's his mentality is completely fine. But I can have a problem with it because I don't think that he should, not make a review. I don't think that he should, hold his tongue. Tell me straight up. Just be honest with me. If a movie sucks, I want to hear about it. But anyways, I'm kind of rambling now, but I feel like he should really. This video was really about what he should do. I feel like you should make videos or movie reviews and talk about the good, but also talk about the bad, and keep it balanced. Don't shit on a movie, but just be honest about it. I feel like that's the way we should go. But people just simmer down a little bit, simmer up or simmer down. Don't simmer up, Jesus. Take a chill pill. I think Chris is getting a little bit too much hate, but at the same time, he did fuck up. But Chris, if you watch this video, just know that you know how to correct this. You know that being disingenuous with your audience isn't going to make them happy. Just be honest, just be genuine. That's all I'm saying. So anyways, hopefully you guys, if you guys, just want to tell me your thoughts about this, let me know down in the comments. I don't know. This is just how I feel about it. But anyways, guys, I love you guys to death. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.